The Women's Elite 15 race kicked off proceedings here in Chicago for the 2025 HYROX World Championships. Of course, there is so much on the line at this time of year and an opportunity to be crowned the best in the world. Let's look back on the race and find out how it all shook out.
And with that, it is the final time to say a very warm hello and welcome to everybody joining us just now on the live stream here. You are in the final, roughly 60 seconds before the start of the very first race of our 2025 HYROX World Championship live here from Chicago, the Navy Pier, this beautiful location for this World Championship. And we're gonna kick off this weekend of racing with no other than our Elite 15 women. And here we go, straight into the race. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the start. And Greg, there is no doubt Lauren Weeks, she's gonna try to go to the front, but the question is, who's gonna go with her? It's gonna be Joanna Wietrzyk. You're seeing the response right now. She's not gonna be willing to let her go. We are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your seats, grab your popcorn, get on your feet, no matter you choose. Let's get this show on the road. And they're just about to make their turn into the N-Arch. It's going to be Lauren Weeks, Joanna Wietrzyk, Jeanette Band, and Linda Meeier. That's the top four coming in. Then a little bit of a gap, and then the group led by Lucy Proctor, Melanie Maurer, Lauren Griffith. We see Jess Petra, Ida Matilda Stensgaard coming in as well. So everybody bunched nicely together. Vivian Tafuto, Chris Ruglowski. And it is Kate Davey and Amy Bevilacqua right now who lost the most on that first run. And you know Kate Davey inside out. There's nothing to worry quite yet.
No, we don't ever see Kate like take it out too hot at the start. She knows where her strengths are. Like she knows that she can pass a number of athletes in the burpee broad jumps in particular. So you know, I don't think there's any panic stations yet until Kate's been through the burpees, and then we can see where she's at. She can make up so much time at that stage of the race. I think in these early stages, I think that one of the biggest statements that's been made at the moment is from Sinead Bent. It would be easy to let Lauren and Joanna, who are the two favourites here, it would be easy to let them go and just say, like, I'm just here to compete for the third spot, maybe. But Sinead's like made a real statement, I think, by like trying to keep up with them on that first run and say, no, I'm going to give you a race. You're not going to have it all your own way.
Joanna Wietrzyk is just about 10 meters ahead of Lauren Weeks here. We got 60 meters to go in this first workout, the ski erg. And I don't know if our viewers can hear that in the atmosphere in the background, but the noise level, the excitement in here is wild already with the spectators filling the grandstands here as she's going out. Joanna Wietrzyk is first. Lauren Weeks is the woman hunted right now by about 3-4 seconds. Jeanette Band is out. Linda Meeier. And here we go. Jess Petra gone through as well.
But yeah, I think it was Sinead coming out in third there, but she's, you know, there's certainly not much of a gap against the rest of the field. But this next run can be interesting in how they come into the sled push.
You know, some people said it's going to be the Lauren Weeks show, and then the other set is going to be the duel between Lauren Weeks and Joanna Wietrzyk, and that's what we're seeing right now. And Linda Meeier in the background has gone past Sitka Arning and Jeanette Band now. And just looking down, what we're seeing coming through here, I think Chris Ruglowski and Kate Davey, they're in for an early sufferfest.
Yeah, they're falling quite far behind. Chris Ruglowski in particular is falling quite far behind the field, so I wonder if there's a problem there with how she's feeling, whether there's an injury or something going on, I'm not sure, but yeah, they're certainly falling behind the rest of the field at the moment.
They are an entire lap behind on this run, but with that we're going with our leaders shoulder to shoulder exactly at the same time into the sled. And so, from what we've seen, if Lauren Weeks manages to leave the sled shoulder to shoulder or ahead of Joanna Wietrzyk, Joanna Wietrzyk is in trouble.
Trouble's a strong word at this stage of the race if they're level, because then the sled pull is another important station. But yeah, I think historically she's going to want to open up some kind of gap against Lauren at this stage. Now I will say that first length that they moved it very, very well, the two of them. There was no like pauses, no sign of them struggling. Like they're slowing down a little bit coming back this way, but that first length looked really good for the pair of them.
You know, that's been the big question for everybody here. We got this new turf, which makes a lot of sense. It's a more durable turf. It's going to keep the racing a lot more even throughout the season for everybody. But, oh, interesting one. I did not see that one not being far enough, but fair enough. Head judges down there, they have the close look. And what I was going at basically is, like, we've seen Lauren Weeks struggle a fair amount with the sled throughout the season and having to make up ground after the sled. And she has to take that break now. Joanna Wietrzyk, she went a little further. She's taken a little bit of a break there now as well. But you can very clearly see Lauren Weeks, she is not willing to lose as much time on the sled as she has in the past.
No, but what's interesting is the number of breaks that she's taken, and Joanna's taken on that leg. And Lauren's like, I think this is her 4th or 5th break she's taken on this leg so far. And you compare that against their first one where they did it unbroken. So I'm just wondering if, like, the fact that the two of them are racing, if they pushed each other almost too hard on that first one, and they're really struggling now.
I think there might be. There's like this one. The one tip I got before my first race, and that's an opinion that most elite athletes share, is even if you're feeling great, take that very short break already on that first lap. But just make sure you don't flush too much lactate into the legs. You don't hurt the calves too much. But hey, what do we know? Joanna Wietrzyk, she is out and she is opening a little bit of a gap on Lauren Weeks. But Lauren Weeks, she's going to go out furious. She's going to try everything she can to close the gap. And look at that race scenario right now. You got Lauren Weeks, who on paper is the race favorite. So her motivation is to catch Joanna Wietrzyk. And Joanna Wietrzyk knows somebody's coming from behind. No other than Lauren Weeks. And that is going to give her so much motivation. Linda Meyer now out as well. Jeanette Ben. Both athletes actually potentially clawing back a little bit of extra time here on Lauren Weeks now as well. And only now is Lauren Weeks coming around the turn, trying to pull her up. 13 seconds, that was the gap after the sled, coming out of the sled. And this is going to be exciting.
You know, she knows who's chasing her.
Oh, but did you just see that move from Joanna Wietrzyk? She had the chalk ready to make sure she doesn't have sweaty hands going to the sled. She did not have to waste any time trying to grab the official chalk to stop at the bucket. She can go straight down to the road. Let's see. And there you go, Lauren Weeks. She's making that right-hand turn. That is just a second. Not more than that, but she does lose that extra second now, having to grab the chalk. And here we go, the duel first versus a second, the third workout for our Elite 15 race here at the HYROX World Championship in Chicago 2025. Linda Meyer, look at that. Linda Meyer closed 6 seconds on this run. Lauren Weeks closed 3 seconds on Joanna Wietrzyk. So interesting. For a second there, it looked like Joanna might be running away from the other women, but actually Lauren Weeks, Linda Meyer managing to crawl back a little bit of time. Linda Meyer opening 7 seconds or 6 seconds on Jeanette Bent.
Keep an eye on Linda as well on this sled pull. If you remember back in, I think it was Las Vegas, she put an incredibly fast time on the sled pull when she'd been falling behind in the early stages of the race, and then just
it's literally within that first lane, she pretty much closed 10 out of 11 seconds she had on Lauren Weeks. And so it'll be very interesting to see Linda Meyer, if she does really well at the sled here, which we expect. It's all coming down to the other workouts. She is definitely one of those athletes who can, even in an elite race, go unbroken at the wall balls.
Yeah, and that's important to have in your locker. If you know that you've got that at the end of the race, then you can push yourself just a little bit more before it. It's like it's not this intimidating thing waiting for you at the end. If you know you've got the unbroken wall balls for you, so and a number of these ladies do. You know, we know Lauren has, we know Joanna has, but yeah, to have that in your locker is really, really important.
Oh, a little bit of trouble there for Linda Meyer to make sure that both sides off the sled. She lost 2-3 seconds there. That's valuable seconds. Also mentally, because, you know, with the pace she's going, she might actually be able to go past Lauren Weeks and potentially even almost catch up to Joanna Wietrzyk there. But you need to keep it clean. You don't want to lose those even 2 or 3 seconds the way she did there with, like, just not pulling far enough.
Yeah.
The sled, the top bits of the sled need to be past the white line.
just to mention for Lucy Proctor there as well in 5th, like moving really well. Like we know, like the ski, for example, is one of her weaker stations in this race, but she started strongly. I think she had the fastest sled push out of all this field, and she's coming to this sled pull in 5th position, really, really strong. Like she only made her Elite 15 debut back in Las Vegas. She got her qualifying spot for tonight in that race on her debut. Like she's not fazed by the occasion at all, and she started here very, very strongly.
Oh, and Linda Meyer now has moved past Lauren Weeks. So Linda Meyer in 3rd from the bottom. Lauren Weeks in 2nd, Joanna Wietrzyk in 1st. But I can tell you right now that also between Joanna Wietrzyk and Linda Meyer, it is not the 21 seconds it was a moment ago. And if you then look at the run we had before where Linda Meyer was 6 seconds faster, if she can stay real close now to Joanna Wietrzyk, she might have that mental momentum to actually run up to Joanna Wietrzyk and be, well, in the lead, potentially, of this World Championship after workout number 3. Let's see how much time she is losing now on Joanna Wietrzyk, who is running out. It's probably going to be somewhere in the range of about 10 seconds. And here we go, Linda Meyer on the way. She is out.
I will say Lauren Weeks there looks like she is struggling towards the end of that sled pull. She looks like she's really struggling to get that moving.
Oh, and I'm really impressed. For everybody who's followed the season around, yeah, look at Lauren Weeks. She is fighting, she's struggling, but she's got the sleds out of the way now, and we all know what that means. It's like she knows, we know now the Lauren Weeks games are going to start. Yeah. You know, it's how often throughout the last couple of years have we had it that we're like, oh no, she does not look great. And then like, within a workout, it's like, oh my word, where did that come from? But Linda Meyer, if you followed our live races throughout the season, if you've seen her style and everything, you can tell they worked so hard on her running efficiency, on her running style to preserve energy, to be faster, and it is very clearly shown in the race here today. She looked smooth, she looked good coming out of that sled pull. And look at that, Linda Meyer has gone past Joanna Wietrzyk. Linda Meyer is taking the lead of the World Championship here in Chicago. I have not seen that kind of confidence and performance in her in a long time.
Feels like maybe she believes that she can do it and like belongs like at the front of this field.
And the only woman with a huge smile on her face right now in the field we've just seen a moment ago has got to be Kate Davey, because the burpees are coming up.
They are coming up, but she is a fair way behind a lot of these ladies in this field. So she's going to have to make up a lot of time if she wants to finish this race where she feels she's capable.
All right, Joanna Wietrzyk, Linda Meyer. Joanna Wietrzyk looking just a little bit better right now at the burpee. She's a little bit quicker off the ground, I want to say, than Linda Meyer. But I mean, this is the first lap here. And let's face it, if you were a betting man, even you would not have put money on Linda Meyer leading the World Championship coming into the burpees. No,
certainly not, certainly not. Like maybe if she'd asked us a couple of years ago whether we felt that was possible, then yeah, because she's one of the strongest competitors in this field for a number of years now. But lately, we've not seen like the very, very best of her. It's like been Megan, Joanna, Lauren dominating this field, but Lauren's up there, Linda's up there tonight.
What impresses me right now is she ran 10 seconds faster on that lap, on that kilometer, than Joanna Wietrzyk. And she ran, like even Lauren, it's not because Joanna was so slow, like even Lauren Weeks only made up 2 seconds on Joanna Wietrzyk. It's incredible how Linda Meyer improved her run for this World Championship here. They've worked hard on it, they've worked so focused on it. It's the very first season for her that she finally accepted a coach. She's always been this free spirit who's like, I still need to enjoy this, I still need to have my freedom. She coached herself. This is the first season she was like, okay, if I want to be up there with everything that's happening around me, I gotta learn to trust the coach. I gotta learn to, I'm gonna put it this way, to do the dirty work that I don't want to do. And right now it seems to be paying off. And it's the patience.
Yeah, she's just passing Joanna. Joanna has opened up a little gap, but she's pulled it back.
And look at Lauren Weeks. That is not 24 seconds anymore either. what an incredible race we're seeing here in the lead, ladies and gentlemen, out on the screens. Do not write off Lauren Weeks. Do not. I tell you right now, her race is just starting now. She's got the sleds out of the way. But what is Linda Meyer doing there right now? Everybody was talking about the duel between Lauren Weeks and Joanna Wietrzyk, and there goes Linda Meyer. Like, hey, I'm having a part of this. Like, I like leading races. Why not? I might just as well. And there she goes. It looks right now. It does look a little bit like she knows a little better how to conserve her energy for the burpees. She knows a little better on how hard to attack them. It looks a little bit like Joanna Wietrzyk might have gone out too hard. And Lauren Weeks is definitely the fastest of the three right now.
Yeah, she is. Just keep an eye as well on Sinead Bent there. We're talking about, you know, is it a three-horse race at the moment? But Sinead, she was 20 seconds behind Lauren Weeks coming into this station, but she has got good burpee broad jumps on her. She's like a quick, nimble athlete, and she can move through these burpee broad jumps for sure.
Just as Lucy Proctor does, who actually just flew past Sinead Bent. Beautiful shot. We've seen her in the black with the white Red Bull headband. That is Lucy Proctor, and Linda Meyer is done. She's going to be first out of the burpees. Germany leading the World Championship here in Chicago, halfway through the race. And Lauren Weeks, she's gone past Joanna Wietrzyk. What is happening in Chicago? What a race here. And now I'm looking forward to seeing Joanna Wietrzyk's run, because she is not running as good, as fast as we expected her. And I mean, look at the numbers at the bottom here. Lauren Weeks going 3:32 for those burpees, which is insanely fast compared to the 3:46 from Linda Meyer, or even 3:57 from Joanna Wietrzyk. But hold my beer, Lucy Proctor, 3:19 on the burpees.
Yeah, 3:19 on the burpees. That's out of all them ladies there. Kate Davies gone 3:10 as well. So we knew Kate could go quick. Impressive time from Lucy there to go back with her sled push that she won as well.
Something not to forget is, like, what is going on in Linda Meyer's head right now? Did the team know? Did they expect this might happen or not? Because suddenly you are leading the race and your competition isn't even right there. Do you have the confidence in her situation right now to say, yes, absolutely, I can take this title. This is mine to fight for right now. But she's not just fighting the competition. If it comes down to a duel at the wall balls, she's going to fight the US crowds here as well. yeah. Fighting Lauren Weeks, like, you know, the greatest wall baller we've seen. That is disbelief. I'm sorry to jump in. That is disbelief and happiness and celebration on her face. What is happening in Chicago? We are enjoying this race. I'm sure everybody out there on the screens is enjoying this race. That was her response to our man down on the floor, Faisal, giving her some words of encouragement. And Lauren Weeks now coming in the hunt. Joanna Wietrzyk as well. Greg, Linda Meyer, what's going through her head right now?
She looks like she's happy. She looks like she's in a good place. It's not like she's struggling. It's not like she's killed herself to get her in this spot. She's relaxed. I always look for those kinds of signs when someone's waving or smiling, like for an indicator of how they're feeling. It feels like she's feeling good and relaxed about where she is.
I mean, you look at her, she's definitely, as an athlete, physically changed as well. She looks a lot more ripped, I think, than we've seen her at any other race. And I don't know if that was just like the way she was breathing, but I have the feeling she can't stop bringing that smile up. And, like, I think she's surprising herself a little bit. And if we look at the splits right now, 158, 159, 157 there, they're not giving each other a lot of room right now. It's quite interesting to see the row. If there's like one thing that makes Linda Meyer's performance coach really happy, it's rowing. Rowing is his thing. He very heavily believes in rowing. So I'm sure they've done a lot of that. She's looking over, I think, to the competition, what's happening there. Probably some people shouting at her words of encouragement. But 158 right now. Linda Meyer now 70 almost 80 meters ahead of Lauren Weeks on that row. So she actually opened another 20 meters. It was 60 meters. So she was 60 meters in by the time that Lauren Weeks started that row. Joanna Wietrzyk still holding the average, like the lowest of the three of them. She's getting real close to Lauren Weeks now as well. As we're heading into the final stretch for Linda Meyer, she's going to wait until the 1,000 meters are done. They're done. It's the clear from the judges. She is out. Linda Meyer out onto the run course, and let's see how big the gap is going to be into run number 6 of the day here in Chicago. Linda Meyer leading the World Championship ahead of the local top favorite of the race, Lauren Weeks, and Joanna Wietrzyk now as well. And behind the three of them, Greg, it's going to be real tough now for Lucy Proctor, for Jeanette Ben. They're close, but they're about 100 meters behind on the run, on second and third. That's going to be a tough call to catch a podium spot here.
Yeah, I think you're right, especially considering, like we were saying, like none of the top three have an obvious weak spot in those stages, and it's not like I'm not even sure Lucy has unbroken wall balls before, for example. But at the same time, like her performance tonight is already very, very impressive. If you'd offered her full spot before tonight, I think maybe she'd have taken it. You know, like so she's doing incredibly well. I think she'll be happy with where she is, but I think the top three right now is certainly a struggle.
And actually, Lauren Weeks is now crawling, just clawing back a little bit of time. It's only been like 10-15 meters, but she is getting a little bit closer to Linda Meyer, and look at her racing.
I didn't speak to anyone before this race and said I think Linda can take it. I think it was either Joanna, it was either Lauren, get mentioned every single time. Like Linda has really put herself here tonight.
Oh, but Lauren Weeks definitely putting a little bit of a dent into the lead of Linda Meyer. At least it looks like it on the track right now. I think she's got a couple of seconds back there. Lauren Weeks now coming into the inarch as well.
So a little unique tonight, like we've not seen before. They're essentially doing laps of the grid of the sled pull, the sled push circuit, and they're going to go around twice here.
So that's something new, and this is given it. Lauren Weeks, and look at Lauren Weeks flying now. This is the moment to shine, and the big question is how well can Linda Meyer respond to this? Lauren Weeks is doing Lauren Weeks things. We've got Joanna Wietrzyk in now as well. 2 laps to go, and it looks to me like right now, it looks like Linda Meyer's having a little bit of a tough time, definitely a tougher time than Lauren Weeks. And Joanna Wietrzyk, look at that. It is tough going for her. She does look a little bit like she's going to drop those kettlebells for the first time before the lap is over. In every second lost, every time you got to put down the kettlebells here, you're losing valuable time on the chasers. And Jeanette Ben, she's doing the thing she keeps doing, but she keeps running, but she also, we've not seen a single time that she went unbroken on this kettlebell, on that farmer's carry. Here we go. I think she's really close to dropping them for the first time. Linda Meyer trying to stay within herself right now. She is on the way out. They dropped the kettlebells. There she goes. She is going unbroken. Lauren Weeks, if I just saw that right, there was a quid. Oh, she is suffering. She's dropping them again as well. This is valuable time for Linda Meyer. And Joanna Wietrzyk actually getting a little bit closer again to Lauren Weeks. Look at the struggle. Lauren Weeks pulling up that left shoulder. She is absolutely mixed out. She's dropping them again. Joanna Wietrzyk can see that now. What a fight, what a struggle for Lauren Weeks. She made up 7 seconds on that run on Linda Meyer, but she lost that time again in that second half of the farmer's carry. Here goes Joanna Wietrzyk. What a fourth and back within the second here. But then again, Lauren Weeks, she suffered on the farmer's carry, but great. She looks great heading back out onto that run.
Yeah, she does. We've spoken before, when people do struggle on the farmer's carry, it can be an indicator that they've really, like, they're at their limit and they just don't have that grip strength anymore. But Lauren looks like she's come charging out of that run there, so she certainly lost time against Linda on the farmer's carry. But can she claw it back on this run? She certainly did on the previous run.
15 seconds. 15 seconds is what she lost on that farmer carry. She went in so strong. Jess Petro now putting down the kettlebells as well. She cannot go through. Lucy Proctor moving up the ranks here. What a fantastic race, or actually just making up time, but like in 5th going out onto that run. Kate Davey doing well. Emilia Dahmen losing a little bit of time now. Zika Arning, Melanie Maurer, Ida Matilda Stansgård, Amy Bevilacqua and Vivian Tafuda, but remember, some of them on the 2nd lap already, others on the 1st. We got 2 stations left at the World Championship. To everybody joining us a little late here, you have missed an incredibly exciting race in the first 6 workouts. We've got a surprise leader in Linda Meeier from Germany, 28 seconds ahead of the hometown favorite of Lauren Weeks. I want to say 95% of the people bet she's going to be the world champion by the end of the night. She is still within reach of it. There is no doubt. She's got an incredibly strong set of lunges and wall balls on her, but Linda Meeier, she is surprising everybody right now, doing real well.
Linda there on the right of the screen, looking strong on her running, still controlled, still calm. But she is being chased. We're seeing Lauren, even Joanna's still looking fairly solid on her runs. We spoke earlier about maybe is Joanna looking like she's struggling on her runs, but when she last passed her, she looked like she was a little bit more composed at that point.
The brutal thing now for Lauren Weeks is literally she realizes that she has lost time. You know, she cannot see Linda Meeier anymore on the long straight coming around the turn. And Joanna Wietrzyk, she can see Lauren Weeks. She's really close.
There's Lauren on the screen there. We've not seen that for a long time with Lauren on the farmer's carries. A few years ago, I remember speaking about, is it her weakness? And she went away and she worked on it, and then typically we would see her go unbroken on the farmer's carry, but she struggled a lot more tonight.
Farmer's carry out. We're seeing the times at the bottom. Linda Meeier actually setting the fastest time here in the top 10 with a 1:37. The athlete, that's a very quick time. Vivian Tafudo, fantastic with a 1:38 as well, doing really well. But I think the biggest difference for Linda Meeier is the confidence she's displaying from the start of the race here. Quick zip out of the cup, and this incredible run that they put together. And I could go on about all the nerd work that went into this World Championship. They were working with pencils in front of their eyes and noses and everything. Like, they worked on absolutely every little screw that you can work on. She's in the lunges now. There was a yellow card.
What was that for, I wonder?
I'm not sure. Was that the knee is not at the bottom? The one thing you don't want to do now is get a penalty. I tell you that right now. That would be absolutely devastating, not just because you're losing time, you're losing energy, but it's going to screw with your head. It's going to send you into panic mode. You want to avoid that. There is no reason for her right now to risk too much at the sandbag lunges.
No, and you certainly don't, like, the lunges isn't typically a station that you would associate with getting a penalty. Like, maybe at the wall balls you get the no reps, at the burpees you can get punished for penalties. Don't typically see it at the lunges. I believe that yellow card, that warning was for not fully extending at the top of the rep. So she needs to be careful now.
So she needs to be careful now. She's got to keep it clean. And if she knew that she actually made up even more ground on that run, both on Lauren Weeks and Joanna Wietrzyk. Just a second on Joanna, who actually gets getting closer to Lauren Weeks now as well. What a potential showdown we're in for at the wall balls. Jeanette Bent now coming into those sandbag lunges as well. Lucy Proctor is on the way, not too far behind. But Linda Meyer is still leading the race going into the sandbag lunges with a 33-second lead. She had her warning. She needs to be careful not to get a penalty. The judges, the head judges, very close to the athletes, making sure we've got a fair race here. And look at Joanna Wietrzyk. She is almost shoulder to shoulder now. She's only one lunge behind Lauren Weeks. She's going to give her a run for the money here for the podium spot. It's going to come down to a three-way duel at the wall balls. If we're not seeing any drama or heartbreak here, if they keep it clean, Linda Meyer is going to be first to the wall balls. She is fighting hard now, but everybody is now into that little extra step in between, right? At the beginning, they go out just lunge into lunge into lunge, but you know it yourself, it saves so much energy doing that tiny little bit of step in between. It makes you lose a little bit of time, but it makes you preserve a lot of energy. Especially in those quads that you want to have fit and ready right now going into those wall balls. Linda Meyer turning around again for the next lunge. Quick word from the refs again, reminding her to keep it clean. What an exciting race here, the Elite 15. Everybody was talking about the men's race. That is the one that's going to bring all the excitement to the grid here. But Greg, what a race we're seeing in the women's already here, Elite 15. If this is not World Championship worthy, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic race. And like you said, everyone's talking about the men's. It's so hard to call. Like, it could be between a huge number of guys. We thought this was going to be between two ladies, really, and then the rest of the field chasing that third spot. But Linda has shown up and really taken this race by storm. And yes, look, she's looking strong still at this stage of the race. She's come out this run looking strong, and now one station left to go.
I tell you right now, Greg, I was sitting in the grandstands earlier today. You saw the interview that I had with Jana Lebenstedt, and when I said, are we going to see a German world champion? Even I was thinking about Tim Weinisch, maybe in the men's race. I was not thinking it's possible in the women's race. I should have known it. What a race here so far. Linda Meyer from Germany absolutely on fire. First out onto that run, on the way to the final workout, on the way to the wall balls.
This isn't over yet, though. This isn't over. Joanna's come out. That lunge is looking strong on her runs. We know she's got unbroken wall balls in her. Linda has done that, but she hasn't done it like every race. And so this isn't a foregone conclusion yet. There's Lauren coming out of the station again, looking strong on the run. Like they're going to chase Linda down. They know they've got to put the work in here to get that time back on this run. It looks like Sinead and Lucy both coming out of the lunges as well. Really, really good position. They're going to narrow it out for that fourth spot.
Oh, that's going to be a white belt. Jeanette Bent, she's going to go past Lucy Proctor on the run now, without a doubt. And then it's coming down to the wall balls. And this is going to be so painful for every single athlete. And I hate to say it, but looking at the gap right now, Lauren Weeks is out of contention for the world champion title. Yeah. I'm willing to call it, as we see it here, with Linda Meyer at the wall balls. She is your leader. The big question is, when is Joanna Wietrzyk going to come in? How big is the gap? First no rep there for Linda Meyer already. How many wall balls is she going to have ahead of Joanna Wietrzyk before Joanna Wietrzyk hits that first one? It's going to be 11 or 12 reps here. 12 it is, and now Joanna Wietrzyk is there. A 12 wall ball lead for Linda Meyer at the World Championship here in Chicago. And what a race behind that between Jeanette Bent and Lucy Proctor, the two Brits.
Yeah, brilliant performances from them tonight. Made their Elite 15 debuts this year. Sinead Bent making an Elite 15 debut tonight, really, after qualifying at the last chance qualifier in Barcelona. Lucy Proctor made her Elite 15 debut in Vegas and got a spot for tonight. And they've really shown up tonight, and they can be really, really proud of what they've done.
Lauren Weeks, she is not going to be able to catch up time here. She's the woman who's going to be defeated in Chicago in front of the home crowds. It looks a lot like the Germans and the Australians are taking charge of the race. The final 10 warbles for Linda Meyer. Out on the screens, Germany, you can get ready to celebrate. She's on the way, the final 5 warbles for the woman from Germany. She's been on the podium before, she's never been a world champion. And here we go, the final one, your world champion in 2025 from Germany, Linda Meyer, in absolute disbelief, Greg.
Wow, what a performance from her. I think that's over a 2-minute personal best from her tonight as well. That's an incredible time that she's put in, incredible performance. She has shown up. She has won a race that we thought was a 2-horse race, and she's beaten those 2 ladies. Unbelievable.
We were speculating, we were talking about it so much. We were like, who's going to be the person we're not talking about? Who's going like, hey, I'll take it. If those 2 are fighting, if Joanna Wietrzyk are fighting in the front, I'll take it. Linda Meyer does it. Her team gets her ready to the point. Her family traveling with her. Her mom being an age group world champion herself, who's going to race here in Chicago. Absolute legend of HYROX racing. And look, the excitement, the happiness, and the celebration and the camaraderie from Lauren Weeks. That is the beauty of the sports, and you know that is not for the cameras.
No.
She knows exactly how hard the competition worked as well. And let's face it, let's be honest, Lauren Weeks, being the athlete she is, I think she's excited. She doesn't like losing, but I think she's excited about the fact that she's having real racing.
Yeah, she's genuinely excited. She's genuinely happy for Linda there. We saw it when Joanna Wietrzyk goes for her. That's fantastic for Linda tonight. Really, really impressive.
The best thing about World Championship weekends is this moment right here where we get to interview and hear firsthand from our world champions. And it is this woman right here, joy spread over her face at all times. Linda, oh my gosh. There's a lot of love happening here in the studio because I'm just so thrilled to say it out loud right in front of you here. You are the 2025 HYROX World Champion. What does this moment mean to you?
Well, that feels so unreal. I have no idea what to think about it. It's like, it's a dream that I have never dreamed of before. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm so overwhelmed.
I feel like this is the opportunity where you are allowed to lose your words. It was unbelievable. We've seen this confidence from you in DC last year, the ability to fight up front and hold your own, but everything you've been through with your injury and illness, to be back at the sharp end and fighting at the front in a sport that you've been a part of since, well, what, 2020, 2021. It must feel, I don't know, like it's all come together.
But I think that shows that it takes time. So you need training and training and training, and then you fall down, and then you come back, and then you fall down again, and then you come back again. And yeah, today was my day. I think everything worked well. I felt very good. I felt very strong on the runs. I felt good on the stations. I wasn't ill for the last, I think, 3-4 months. So that's a win for me.
What did you believe you were capable of before the race? Did you think like top 3? Were you thinking you could win?
Well, for me, a big win would have been top 5. That was my big goal for today, to stay in the top 5 like I did last year. A little bit I hope that it would be enough for podium, but I have never been dreaming of being a world champion, and it sounds so ridiculous to speak it out.
There was the most wonderful shot while you were racing, and it was just the camera focused on your mum in the crowd. And I know you and your mum are in this sport together. How has it brought you closer together? And I can't wait to see the interaction that you two are about to have when we let you go from here. How special is it to be doing this with family?
Well, my mom is a role model when it comes to sports. when I was a child, she always took me to the gym. She was working out and I was staying in the children's area there. But sometimes I also went out and got some exercises with little dumbbells or something like this. Then I started with HYROX, and my mom was like, well, I don't like running that much, but then she sees that it's a sport that I really enjoy and that makes me fitter, not just physically, but also mentally. And then I got an injury, and she was like, okay, I take your spot. It was not that she's competing in the women's pro, but in the women's open. And after that day, she was also fall in love with HYROX. And since then, we sometimes train together. She can tell me some new exercises when it comes to strength training, and I can show her a little bit when it comes to running. So, yeah. I think we both like it, and yeah, she's racing tomorrow. I'll just, yeah, for her a little bit of a push. Yeah, let's see.
Was there a moment in tonight's race where you felt like, I can win this? Was it at the sled pull you felt like?
After the burpees, actually, because the burpees are my weakest station, and I think I was in first place after the burpees, or in second. I'm not sure, but normally I lose a lot of time there, and yeah, today I felt very strong, and I was like, okay, let's push this just halfway through. Let's go through this pain and try to enjoy it as much as possible. Yeah.
I think enjoy it as much as possible. We saw you interacting with the crowd. We saw you like geeing them up with a massive smile. How did you draw strength from the, I guess, the atmosphere in here?
Well, I know that I'm racing the best when I try to have fun, because this is why I do HYROX. I love this sport. It makes me happy to run and to do the workouts, and then having around so many people here who cheer for you makes it even better. And yeah, I try to smile like the whole race to say to me, enjoy it, Linda. It's a privilege to race here in the top 50 and for the World Championships. So yeah, it really pushes me, and I'm thanking everyone who cheered for me today. It was a very, very nice race for me today.
Nice race, a World Championship race. Now you can go and just soak this all in, and I've no doubt we'll catch you tomorrow and the day after, and we get to do it all over again.
I hope I'm the world champion tomorrow.
Well, go and enjoy this moment at least, and get a little bit of sleep if you can. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
So Greg, here are our results. Our brand new world champion, Linda Meeier, Joanna Wietrzyk and Lauren Weeks completing the top three. But look at that, fourth and fifth, Sinead Bent and Lucy Proctor on debut World Championships. That is super exciting, not just for the UK, but for the future of the sport and how competitive this top group of women are going to be in the years going forward.